Okay, so the grapple system. This time we've got two systems now. So the first I'll show you is by Theodoros. Um, I'm not going to pronounce his last name, but he's created a Ratchet and Clank in Unreal Engine 4 tutorial series, and this is pretty much the same as his. Um, there, there's one small difference, which is I didn't use his plugin, and I have this additional logic here. So what I do is I get the distance, like I get every grapple point in the level, and then I get the distance to it and build an array with that, and then I just get the minimum float of the distance to um, from the. I basically just compare the two for minimum distance, and it pretty much runs the same. Um, the extra thing is when I end my grapple, I have to clear my list and rebuild it every time that grapple is pressed. He just has a plugin which he created for this, but I had no idea how to um, how to include it. So um, let's just show how his works. As you can see, it does bring you towards a grapple, which is represented by these green spheres, but one thing is that it doesn't work that well, in my opinion. It's because it just brings you to whatever's closest rather than what's closest in view, which is what I'd prefer. So as you can see, I just keep travelling backwards towards this one because it's the closest to me. So that's his system. Now we'll go down to my one, which works using a lot of the same travel logic, but we don't just go to the closest. Like, it's more of an aimed thing, so you have to jump up to activate, jump up and press interact to activate the grapple the same way, but in this case it fires off a box trace, a multi-box trace by channel, and we just check for the grapple tag on whatever object it hits. So you're not just going to like grapple to the wall or the floor, and as you can see, if something like this blocks the player, it blocks the player from grappling. I may change it, but I think for now it works quite well, being able to just go to whatever grapple that you're looking at, with a minor error of being like where you launch your grapple and it's within the box launch area, because the box itself is about 300 units in size. I think the half length I set to 150, so I just need to put each point high enough off the ground to prevent the player from getting to them. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. The lines just represent, you know, like the start and end location of the grapple. as well as any objects that it hits. As you can see, the red box is the start, the green is where it hits an object. So it hit the grapple and then it hit the wall, so it created another one. So the visual element I will be removing, just, and I think what I'll use is a mesh or something to like show a rope coming from the player's arm to like to the grapple point, and it'll just be like, say, Spider-Man's web that'll just bring you into a certain point. And so now that I've got these working, the next ones will be a swing grapple point. So say I'd be able to jump from here onto that green one and swing and let go onto this box. There could be another grapple which would be to attach to, say, a giant enemy, and you could go up to like a piece of their armor and like start attacking their head or some other weak point. Yeah.